Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Econ Vision by your teaching buddy. Today I am here back with another video which is in continuation to the last video in which I told you about the measures of central tendency. So today we are going to start up with one of the mathematical averages, that is arithmetic mean. It is called as a mathematical average because there are a lot of formulas involved to it which helps them to help them us to calculate the arithmetic mean into it. If I simply talk about the arithmetic mean, it is defined as in sum of values of all observations and divided by number of observations, which is basically that is total of all observations divided by number of observations. I hope it's clear. I am talking about total observations like 1, 2, 3. They are given 3 observations. In count, the n is 3. And what is the sum of it? The sum of it is 6. How I have calculated the sum? 1 plus 2 plus 3, that is equals to 6. So if you have to find out the arithmetic mean, arithmetic mean is written it like this, but when we denote it with something, they are written as an x bar. So the value for this is sum of x divided by an n. This x, this term is known as the summation sign. Summation basically means sum of the values. So sum of the values are 6 and the number of values are 3. So the average for this is 2. Now, a shortcut rule is whenever you have the odd number of observations. Odd number of observations basically means is in a counting like 1, 3, 5, 7, in that particular terms, and if they are in consecutive numbers, then the middle value of it is always a mean. If I talk about in this, they are 3 odd in number and the middle value is 2. So 2 is their mean value, or I can say 2 is their arithmetic mean. I hope it's clear to everyone. Arithmetic mean is of two types. The very first type is simple and the second is weighted. Weighted arithmetic mean is where the weight as in W is attached with all observations, right? There are basically three methods to calculate the arithmetic mean, that is AM, and the very first method is direct method. Second is step deviation method, and the third method is shortcut method. Okay, in today's video I am going to discuss about the direct method. Okay, direct method is that method where all the units are added and their total is divided by the number of items and the quotient becomes the arithmetic mean. Basically it is the same thing where you add all the observations and divide them with the number of observations. Now in the previous video I talked about three kind of series. First was individual series, second was discrete series, and third was continuous series. So for today's video I will be discussing direct method for all the three series. So the very first series was individual series. In this series I told you that individual series is that series where the units or the number of observations are different. If they are repeating themselves, then hardly any one or two value repeat itself. All the observations do not repeat itself, or all the distinct value do not repeat itself. Okay, so first value is to calculate it for the individual series. This is given as the name of students in an hypothetical way, that is A, B, C, D, E till J. They are total 10 in number. So we have written n as in 10. Then there are corresponding marks. Suppose let's say these are the marks for mathematics. Like student A got 85 out of 100, B got 60 out of 100, C got 50 out of 100, and so on. Their corresponding marks is written in front of them. Now this 600 is sum total of all these observations. Whenever in mathematics or statistics, if we have to write that this is a sum, we always use a symbol of sigma. right? Now let's talk about the formula for this. We'll denote it with AM, that is arithmetic mean, and the formula is summation x divided by number of observation. Now what is x in this? The marks value is x, because what is variable, what is changing with every student? The student name as well as their marks. But in mathematics or statistics we talk about numbers, so for time being x is our variable value and x will be considered as an marks. Okay, now the summation of x is considered to be as this 600, right? Summation x. So what is the formula now? Summation x is 600 divided by n. N is the number of item, number of students. So they are total 10. So the value for the average is 60 marks. As we have taken x as in marks, so whatever the average we are going to get, they are also marks. Now what does this 60 marks tells you? You have got the answer, but you need to know the interpretation also, that how you are going to showcase to someone. You have understood this, that the group of numbers is there and you have to pick one number which represents the entire number, that is known as measure of central tendency, right? But this 60 mark, what does this depict? This marks depict, suppose in a class there are total 10 students, and if somebody asks what is the result of this class, you are not going to tell marks of each student one by one. In overall you can tell this, the result for this particular class is 60% or 60 marks in mathematics on an average. Why do we say at on an average? Because there are students those who have got more marks than 60 also, like 75, 85, 70. There are more a number of students those who have got more marks than 60. So we say always like 60 marks is an on an average, right? I hope it's clear to everyone how to calculate it for individual series. The formula goes it like this, right? You can note it somewhere. The formula for individual series under a direct method is this, where summation x is equals to summation x divided by y. Now don't get confused in this x and this x. This x is considered to be as a variable one, and this is a notation for mean value, that is arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean is equals to summation bar. We are going to use this x bar everywhere whenever we have to find average or arithmetic. Okay, let's move to discrete series. As we know that discrete series is the one where there are distinct value which repeat itself, like 20 is to be repeated at 8 times. What is more useful to be written, or what is more prominent to see that? Like if I write 28 times, is this a good way to write, or to write it in a form of a table where we are showing that 20 got 8 times, 30 marks is getting by 12 students, 40 marks is getting by 20 students, 50 marks is getting by 10 students, 60 marks is taken by 6 students, and 70 marks is taken by 4 students. Now this discrete series is also talking about marks. Here the x value is this marks which is changing, and this is a number of student which is termed as an f, which is a frequency. Frequency basically means how many students are getting 20 marks, or if I say in an individual format that there are 8 students those who are getting 20, 20, 20, 20. So I am not writing it in an individual format but in a table format, which gives me a more clear picture about it. Now if I ask you how many what is the maximum marks that student have most of the student have got, like 20 student got 40 marks, so 40 is the maximum occurring number in the particular individual series, right? Now how do we calculate for discrete series? Mean is equals to summation of fx into divided by summation of f. Now, what does this summation of fx means and what does this summation of f means? Summation of f is simply the addition of frequency or the number of terms. As in the previous example, we were told that there are total 10 students. The value for n was 10. Here there are total 60 students, but we are not writing it as an n, we are writing as in sigma f. Sigma f is a summation of frequency. Now what does this fx means? Fx is multiplication of x into x, f into x. So 820 into 8 is 160, 30 into 12 is 360, and up to so on. Then we get a value that is 2460, which is termed as in summation of fx. First we have multiplied fx, then we have sum up it. Now we can put directly into a formula. It will be 2460 divided by 60. So it is 41 marks. I hope it's clear to everyone. Now this 41 marks depicts is in a class of a 60 student, on an average the marks student have taken is 41. And we can clearly see also there are total 20 students out of 60 those who have got 40 marks. So it means maximum occurrence of a marks is 40. So mean or an arithmetic mean value will also lie near about this value only, as we are getting like 40, right? There is one more thing to be known, that is your minimum value is 20, your maximum value is 70, your mean can never be out of these value. Your mean can never be less than 20 and your mean can never be greater than 70. Your mean value should lie between them, which is representing your entire value. If your mean value lie outside the 20 and 70 range, then there might be some calculation mistakes or there might be outliers in the value. Outliers are basically they are in continuation like 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Now suppose instead of 70 there was 385, which is totally out of track because we were taking only 10, gap of 10 and suddenly there is a gap of 350, which is not correct, right? This is termed as an outlier. So there might be a chances if you are getting your average value out of 20 to 70 range, then there might be an outliers or you might have made some calculation mistakes. So this is one of the short trick to know that you have got the right answer or not, right? Let's move to the next one, that is continuous series. Continuous series something look like where you have an intervals like this 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80, and there are marks. Now why we have made this particular intervals? In the last video also I talked about it. Let's quickly recap it. We have made that 50 to 60 range because there might be student, it is not always practically possible that student is getting a whole number or nearest to 10 marks only, like 10, 20, 30, 40. There might be 52 also, 52.5 also, 52.75 also. So there are some decimal values also which we need to take while calculating the data. So for such kind of a data we need to form a range that all the students those who are getting in this particular range will be calculated into it. And there I talked about two kind of a series. One was inclusive and second was exclusive, right? Inclusive is the one where the upper and lower limits are not equal, and exclusive are the one where the upper and the lower are equal for the first and the second value. Like in this one, upper value for the first interval and the lower value for the second interval both are equal. I hope it's clear why I am taking this continuous series, right? Let's see how we calculate it. Now, as usual, this is our CL, that is class interval. This is our F. But how we are going to multiply it, how we will get to know that I have to multiply 15 with 50 or I have to multiply 15 with 60, which is not clear. So what we have to find out in this is, we have to find out the M, where M is termed as a middle value. And for continuous series, this middle value is termed as an x. Now, how do we calculate this middle value? Let's try to find out first. Middle value is calculated like lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. Let's calculate it for the first interval. The lower limit is 50, the upper limit is 60 divided by 2. That is 110 divided by 2 will be 55. So the middle value for the first interval is 55. You can calculate it for the next two. Do it fast, you have 30 seconds to calculate. Okay, time's up. Let's calculate the second one also. Second one will be 60 plus 70 divided by 2. That will be 135 divided by 2. Sorry, it will be 130 divided by 2, which will be 65. And for the next one, that is 70 plus 80 divided by 2 will be 150 divided by 2, that is 75. As we have come across with the m value, that is x for the time being, this is x. Let's calculate now. Before calculating it further, let's first know about the formula for continuous. Formula for continuous is x bar divided by summation of fm divided by summation of f. Now this summation of fm basically means is f you are given with, and this m which is considered to be as an x, you need to multiply both of them. So that is fn. 55 multiplied by 15 will give you 825. 10 multiplied with 65, that is 650. 75 with 20 will give you 1500. Now from here you will get summation of fm, that will be 2975. I think it's correct, and you have got it how to calculate it also. Now summation of f will be 15 plus 10 is 25, 25 plus 20 is 45. Now you just have to put it into a formula. Now the formula for this is x bar is equals to summation of fm divided by summation of f, and summation of fm we have got it like 2975 and divided by 45. The answer which you are going to get is 66.11. So basically, if somebody asks the result of 45 students in a class, the average marks they have got is 66.11 marks. As you can see, they are coming in pointers also. Yes, they can come in this pointers also. The reason being is because we have taken the pointers value. For that only we have taken the continuous series, because there were some pointers value also. So amongst those pointers value, the average which we have got is 66.11. I hope it's clear to everyone. If you have any doubt, then do comment it down, or you can go to my community post and check. There is I have given my number also. You can directly call and then ask your doubts also. I hope it's clear. Thank you so much. I will be posting the next, that is shortcut and step deviation method video also. So stay connected and follow these series. Thank you so much.